Hello, my friends. How are you doing? Check it out. This is the bag. So awesome. I've been using it a lot. Today. We're choosing the winner. Someone in the audience is going to win a bag, and they're also going to win a bag for their friend, which is pretty exciting. Okay. I did a live YouTube a few weeks ago, and people leave comments down below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And we're going to pick a random winner to get the new bag. Pretty exciting. You're going to love it. I've actually been using it the last week. I've hiked about 40 kilometers across New Zealand. Man, it's just been fantastic. I don't have a single complaint about the thing. I love it more and more. I discover new things all the time. It's got so many pockets. The reason I'm hiking so much is because next week, I'm trying to prepare. Next week, I'm going to Spain to walk 100 kilometers of the Camino. And I'm going with one of my intellectual heroes, Kevin Kelly, the guy that founded Wired, and he's a frequent TED speaker, sort of a techno-philosopher. And 6 other gentlemen. One guy was the founder of WordPress. There's other authors and philosophers. It should be a fun trip. I'll be taking lots of photos, lots of videos. I'll be doing some 360 video too, and I'll be carrying this packed the whole way, of course. Hey, okay, let's see what's going on here. By the way, tell me where you guys are watching from, what the weather's like there. It's I'm in Queenstown on the South Island, New Zealand. It's a beautiful, like perfect spring day. About 72 degrees, 21 Celsius, as I say down here. Blue skies. Probably later, I got to make a few more videos for Aurora HDR 2019, which we just announced yesterday. And then I'm going to go on a long hike today, I think. A long hike. Okay, let's check out how the Kickstarter is doing. Okay, let's share my screen. Share my screen. Okay. All right. So this is it. We have a link down below if you want to check it out. There's just 1 week left. Oh, 6 days, less than a week. So far, over 10,000 people bought the bag. Amazing. Amazeballs. There's 5.9 million in New Zealand dollars, which is like Monopoly money. I don't know what that is in US dollars. I think it's less. It's less. Put in the comments what it is in US dollars because it only shows me New Zealand dollars. I guess I could, you know, go to Google and do the computation myself, but I'm lazy. It's just a fantastic bag. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's so versatile. I think it's great for photographers and non-photographers. I'll show you all my packing or some of my packing cubes and stuff in a moment. Yeah, just man, I could talk forever about it, but I don't want to talk forever. If you guys have any questions, just type them in. I've got good man Stu and Curtis in there listening. Okay. Yeah, anything you want to know, just ask me. It doesn't even have to be about the bag. Just ask away. All right, let me switch back to my Google Hangout thing here. Okay, stop. Okay, we're back. So, let me tell you probably my favorite thing about the bag is that so it gets this is the smaller size. So like it locks in like this and becomes like a day pack, right? It's hard to tell when I hold it close to the camera, but you can see like what it is next to my human-sized body right there. See, it's about the size of a Trey torso, I guess, which could always be a little smaller. Actually, during this week of hiking 40 kilometers, I lost 3 kilograms. So that was kind of fun. So what happens is it gets really big, I think up to 45 liters, and it pops open like this. And you can even unzip it for even more room. So the idea is that you go to your destination with all your shit in there, right? Clothes, toiletries, camera stuff, everything. And then you dump off the bulk of that stuff in your hotel room or whatever. And then it slims up and becomes a day bag that you carry around your camera stuff in. See that? Yeah, it works. Another nice thing about it is, see, you'll notice there's no backpack straps. Well, there are backpack straps that are just hidden. So when you want to carry it around like a duffel bag, you can do it like that. Because I personally like the, these backpack straps always flapping around, annoying. And so there's this little magnet thing here, and then these are the backpack straps that slide out like that. And then there's a waist belt too that goes around the waist. All kinds of little secret pockets, just good times, good times. Okay, now, inside, you have these sort of packing cube kind of things, right? Inside, you have these packing cubes. Here is the example of a packing cube. Actually, sorry, it's called a camera cube. They have two kinds of cubes. A packing cube, which is for clothes, and they have kind of a cool little system for that, and then a camera cube for cameras. So this is the small camera cube. I also have a medium and a big one, but really the small one is big enough for me. As I open it up here, you can see that it's of course configurable. I have two lenses in there without lens caps. I like to go commando. That's how I roll. So there's probably room for this and a Mavic, right? There's another nice little feature of these things too, which I think is kind of cool, is they have these little, this is a Velcro little pocket, tech pocket. And then inside there's room for cards or wires or whatever. Man, my hair's getting long, it's like Conan O'Brien. I gotta go get a haircut. Tomorrow's haircut day, I think. So you can, it says it's Velcro, you can move it around however you want to configure it. That's kind of fancy. Fancy pants. This is called the tech pouch. Okay. And there's room for, all your wires and batteries and charging cables and battery backup. And it's neat because it just sits on the table, right? So you can put it right beside your laptop and have access to all your stuff. And then there's even a little cable pass through, so that, if your battery backpack's in there or you want to charge something inside, it just goes through the bag. You don't have to unzip the whole thing if you don't want to. So that's cool. There's a cool wash pouch, which I really like because it has a little hook on it. So you just hang it up. Little things, little attention to detail. That's what I'm a big fan of. Okay. I am going to pack it soon for the Spain trip because I leave in 3 days. And I'll make another video about how I pack it. Okay, let's pick a winner. Okay, let's pick a winner. I've been talking with Stu in the background, and Stu is going through, and he has just randomly chosen one. Okay, and he sent it to me on Dropbox. So let me open it up here. Let me share my screen. Share my screen. The anticipation, eh? And even if you don't win, I hope you go buy one anyway because you're gonna like it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Okay, where is it? Oh, here we go. You dropped it in here. There we go. Boop. And the winner is very small. I can't read that. Let me zoom in. All right, here we go. And his name is, golly, Tobias Knabe. 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 This is what he wrote. Let's see who he got it for, because you can mention a friend. I'd love to win the bags for me and my dad. I have an old camera bag, which I never use because it's so bulky and uncomfortable. I have a big travel backpack, which is uncomfortable too, because one of the shoulder straps is damaged, and now it's hurting my shoulder every time. My big travel backpack is also too big to take it with me on most airlines. That was really annoying on my Southeast Asia trip last year. So the travel bag from Peak Design would combine all the features of a camera bag and a travel bag. My dad also travels a lot because of his work, and I am sure he would love to have a bag like this too. I think he would love the packing cubes most, that you could open the whole backpack at once to get easy access to all the things inside, so everything could be well organized. Hey, have a great time at Burning Man. Best wishes from beautiful Austria, Edgar Knabe. All right. Congrats. Congrats. to you, my friend, my new friend. Where's my Hangout window? What's going on here? Oh, I'm back, and we're back. All right, so good job, buddy. Good job. We'll have Stu contact you, get your address in Austria, and we'll get 2 bags whisked away to you as soon as possible. Okay, as soon as possible. I think they don't have many made right now, but they're making them all pronto. So here, I'll talk a little bit about Peak Design and how Kickstarter works and why they're a little bit different. They've now done 8 Kickstarters. Okay, very successful company. I partnered with them 4 or 5 Kickstarters ago because I had come back from an Africa photo workshop that I was putting on. We have one more coming next year, and a New Zealand one too. And I used a lot of different bags, and I decided that I hate my camera bags. I was just like, I had enough. So I was like, I want to make a new camera bag. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't really know how to make a camera bag. I have no business doing it. But I do know those guys at Peak Design in San Francisco. And I love them. I think they're great. And I said, I bet we could put our heads together and come up with stuff. I had a few things in my head that I really wanted in a bag. And so flew out to San Francisco, and we struck a deal, partnership. And I knew them previously because remember they made that capture clip thing? Oh, by the way, there it is. You can put your capture clip on the strap, right? So you can attach your camera right to the outside. Their first one, that capture clip, I thought was cool, and I mentioned it on social media, and they made a lot of money that day. So then they liked me, which was nice. And I said, guys, let's do a bag. So we did the Everyday Messenger. That one did great. I think it made like $5 or $6 million. And then we said, you know what? Let's make more bags, because that was a good idea. But let me tell you, it was scary because, I mean, all you hear is about as success. You don't hear about all the nervousness and problems and all this jazz, right? Because one thing that Peak Design does different than a lot of Kickstarters is they start building the bags like before the Kickstarter even begins, and they're all in production right now, for example, for this new one. And so that means you got to pay a lot of money before you've raised 1 dime from Kickstarter, right? And I think we had to pay, gosh, just for the first run of bags, I don't know, like $500,000 or something. And I don't remember if it's $500,000 each or we split it. I can't remember. But I remember I came home and I said to my wife, honey, I got a great idea, but we have to send $250,000 to Vietnam. And she's like, what? I said, don't worry. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. But I was actually a little worried because no one had ever made a bag like that before, right? Like a messenger bag for photographers. And it was so different. It was kind of like out of most categories. It wasn't like any other camera bag out there. So, and I know photographers tend to be creatures of habit, and we wanted to shake up the system a little bit. I like to do that anyway, I like to shake up systems. But still, I was a little bit nervous. And then, so thank God that it was profitable. Then anyway, all that nervousness was gone. And then I said, hey guys, let's do it again. Let's make some more bags. And then we made 3 new bags, the backpack, the sling, and the tote bag. And that did even better. That did even better. And then they were quiet for about 2 years while designing this travel backpack, which is pretty awesome, I must say. I'm not involved with this one. I'm just a fan, and I like those guys. Now, a common question, well, not a common question, but a question that gets asked sometimes is why such a profitable company using Kickstarter? Because Kickstarter's meant to raise money for crowdfunding for an idea that you have. Well, I have lots of good answers for that are just so logically unassailable that you'll be overjoyed to hear them. One thing is they got started on Kickstarter, right? They were made by Kickstarter. And Kickstarter is an amazing community, especially the Peak Design community, right? And so since they made Peak Design possible, they go back to them all the time first on Kickstarter, because they get stuff first. They get their products first. Everything on Kickstarter is a discount rather than going right to the big box stores. And it's really kind of a 360-degree relationship, in that their Kickstarter community helps them design all this stuff. If you go to the Kickstarter and look at all the feedback in the comments, I mean, just thousands of comments across all of their things. They have ideas. They say, hey, why don't you try this? They do live hangouts with just their Kickstarter backers, and they ask a lot of questions, a lot of feedback. Now they have a store in San Francisco, and all the backers come. So it's like a being loyal to the people that made it all possible, right? So don't underestimate that. That's a big deal, because all of those backers feel like they're part of the company, and I promise you, Peak Design feels the same way. That's an awesome thing and very rare. The other thing is that it's just generally good for Kickstarter as a whole, right? They're like a model Kickstarter company. And I will admit that sometimes some of these Kickstarters, they don't pay off because they never get the product built. Honestly, I know this execution is much harder than the idea, right? It's saying, like, ideas are like assholes. Everyone has one. But then the execution is really tough. And sometimes they don't raise enough money. They don't understand how manufacturing really works. They have trouble with shipping and logistics. I mean, there's a whole host of things that can go wrong. And Peak Design has never had any of these problems, right? They know what they're doing. So that's pretty cool. And so as they act as a model company for Kickstarter, more and more people come to their things, which helps the other Kickstarters also, right? There's hundreds of Kickstarters going on all the time. And so they're making the pie bigger, and that helps the entire Kickstarter community, which honestly is this whole crowdfunding thing. I know now we're used to it, but remember, it wasn't around 10 years ago. If you had an idea for a product, what do? You got to go to some venture capitalist or something, right? And they're probably not gonna do it. You're gonna go get a loan from the bank. If it's something, maybe you could do that, right? But that's pretty risky, and a lot of banks won't give loans for things they don't understand, because there's a lot of like innovative stuff on Kickstarter that banks would never give loans for. So it's just a great way to raise capital to create things people want and need, right? Right? I am actually quite the minimalist. I don't have a lot of, shit. I know that one's freedom is indirectly proportional to one's number of possessions. I don't drive a nice car. I have like an old pickup truck. The only like nice stuff I buy is like a computer and a camera. Although I get those for free usually. But anyway, when you're a minimalist, you like to kind of have like the best of each little thing, right? And so that's why I'm excited about this bag, because it's like the best travel bag, and I'm going to honestly use it. Super excited. All right, guys, it's enough of my spiel. I'm going to go through and keep reading all the questions or any comments you guys have. I ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you would be so kind as to, even grab the link to it and share it on social media with your friends. Like, say, hey, this guy's all right. This guy's all right. We also check my YouTube channel, because I've just released, I think, 5 videos in the last month. Some how-to stuff, photo editing, all kinds of cool stuff. So go back through my little catalog there, my playlist. We're adding more, and we've got a lot of good stuff coming too. Oh, let me share an idea with you that I'm going to do. So since I'm going to be doing this walk in Spain, Kevin Kelly, and because I like the guy so much, I feel like a little kid around him, right? He's like this avuncular genius, and I'm always asking him questions and Trying not to be too annoying, you know. But you know, I've read all his books and watched all his speeches, and I still have questions. So anyway, I have this 360 camera called Insta360, and it shoots in 4K 360, and now it's really stabilized, so it's cool. It's like on a long selfie stick, like it goes like really quite far apart. And the cool thing about it is that when it stitches together the video, it erases the selfie stick, so it just looks like it's floating out there. Anyway, I have written down a different question every day to ask Kevin Kelly. So as we're walking on the Camino in the middle of the day, stand beside him. I'm going to hold this thing kind of out in front of us, right? And then I'm going to ask him a different question every day. Questions about philosophy, AI, relationships, sociology. I mean, you name it. So I have this whole list of questions, and I'm trying to whittle it down to the best 7. And then I'll probably release those as 7 different videos. I think that'll be kind of cool. And also, I'll be taking photos and all that jazz too. So I'll be making how-to videos about it. I just do it all the time. I love it. I figure as long as I'm out there and I've learned something about photography or life or whatever, might as well share with you guys, right? This is not a zero-sum game that we're in, right? All right, guys, love you. Stay awesome. Go out there and be creative today. I'm about to go do a hike, and I'm gonna take my camera with me and maybe get a photo or 2. I'm gonna listen to podcasts. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. All right, guys, love you, and see you next time.